This party don't stop. This party don't stop. This party don't stop. This party don't stop.
Here we go. See, I'm loving what you do to me, so if it's cool, let me know. We can kick it to the VIP because the party don't stop till 3. Meaning you're in the crib all over me. CIBTRIPPER, and we are CAMP to the moolah. We blow this bazooka. It's crazy, baby, how I'm on you like Slim to shit. So let me see your head bob, cause this party don't stop.
Cause tonight, you better bring somebody to the club. To the club. Cause tonight, we're calling everybody, so get up. Alright. This party don't stop. Don't stop. This party don't stop. It goes on and this party don't stop. Don't stop. This party don't stop. It goes on and on.
Let me give your body a job, employ a new technique. Work it, rock it like a cradle in bed. I need a free. Wait a minute, let me clarify. The way you maneuver, I can't deny. So scream from the top of your lungs and maybe I'll pacify ya. Take over, my baby, it ain't over. No fat lady, navigate to the floor, make your way. Dilate, give me more A-OK. It ain't fair, the way you're shaking it and moving it, baby. Make them stare. Step up in the building, everybody and go up. Then it's
You better bring somebody to the club. To the club. Cause tonight, we're calling everybody, so get up. Alright. This party don't stop. Don't stop. This party don't stop. It goes on and this party don't stop. Don't stop. This party don't stop. It goes on and on. So get your hands up.
Get ready to party on the dance floor, jamming till 6 in the morning.
So get your drinks up.
Don't spill on nobody. Hit the bar, get some girls, cause the bottles we poppin'. But I'm a little bit too bubbly, so all the ladies look lovely, but can't tell if they ugly, cause someone get these girls off of me. Meet me by the bar, baby girl, round 3 now. Let's go get some shots. Drink up, cause you know the party don't stop.
Cause tonight, you better bring somebody to the club. To the club. Cause tonight, we're calling everybody, so get up. Alright. This party don't stop. Don't stop. This party don't stop. It goes on and this party don't stop. Don't stop. This party don't stop. It goes on and on. Don't stop. It goes on and on. Don't stop. It goes on and on.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Our radio.
Have you seen that girl? Seen that girl before? You can see it in
wouldn't need back. Oh, you know there's moments I wish I could go back and tell you that, yeah. Tell you I need time to know you. Tell you I've been trying to show you how far this thing could go if we just hold space for love in a higher plane. I love you, by the way. See, we all bleed the same, hey. I never seen you glow up like this before, yeah. I'm taking it back, oh, hold up, let me explore, yeah. Yeah, I never seen you glow up like this before, yeah. You're taking me back, oh, baby, I'd like to know ya. I never seen you glow up like this before, yeah. I'm taking it back, hold up, let me explore ya. Yeah, I never seen you glow up like this before, yeah. You're taking me back, yeah, baby, I'd like to know ya. Say now, put me on your level. We could be forever. Light the shines together, together. Hey now, you could be my neighbor. Only we can save us. Sister love forever, forever. Say now, put me on your level. We could be forever. Light the shines together, together. Hey now, you could be my neighbor. Only we can save us. Sister love forever, forever. Say now, put me on your level. We could be forever. Let the shines together, together.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Our radio.
And a good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is Caroline Murote. Welcome to Sheversations. This is a space where we amplify our female voices, a space where the girlies are shouted out all the time. We celebrate women and talk about everything women. Now we have been ushered into the show this beautiful morning by the party don't stop, because here the party does not stop, by the beloved, the missed Camp Mulla. Alafu tumekuwa na glow up right about now. We just had a glow up by Miss Karen, and that's what we're doing in the second half of the year. Last show tulikuwa tunaongelelea the whatever it is that we're looking for, the things that we need to be doing to prepare ourselves for the second half of 2025, the things which lazima ukwe unafanya in order for you to have a successful 2025, considering the second half, because like we said, they had us in the first half. But let me tell you, if you feel like you've been failing, you have another opportunity, and the year is nearly done. Is not yet done. Then the year is just halfway done, and there's so much potential for the things that we can achieve. And I hope that you are having a beautiful morning this particular Friday. I've been having an interesting week. Yeah, kidogo hapa pale off the grid. Yes, my phone wants to be funny. So it's been an interesting week of reflection, just thinking about how far I've come with my life. And on Wednesday, I had a session with a couple of friends where I ended up just crying. Unalia, come on, Toto, like you're being paid. Have you seen the people who cry in people's funerals? Those professional mourners? Yeah, that was me, because I was just there, opening my heart, nafungua roho. And it's one of the things that we talked about on Wednesday's show, that having community and safe spaces is extremely important. Having a place to offload, crying if you need to, just leaning onto a support system and allowing people to be there for you, asking for help if you need help. And that was such a beautiful session. And that's just a reminder to you, my girl and my gents, to have safe spaces, community spaces where you can open up, unaweza fungua roho, you can talk about whatever it is that's bothering you, and feel comfortable to be yourself. And if you don't have such spaces, you need to be creating those spaces. So I'm very, very glad that that's something that I experienced after talking about it on Wednesday's Sheversations. So it's a very interesting, and I'd love to hear what your community spaces look like for you. What do you consider to be a community space? What do you consider to be a support system? What does it actually look like for you when you are loved, when you are taken care of, when you feel like you have places to go and offload? You don't always need to be this really strong person made out of iron and stone, immovable, where you can be vulnerable and soft and broken and allow people to see those small, weird, messy parts of yourself that you wouldn't feel comfortable showing the rest of the world. And let us know at Caroline_Murote on Instagram, at Caroline Murote on Facebook, and X at Carol Murote, CarolMurote, Carol Murote on TikTok, and at Power Radio on the same platforms. Our hashtag, in case you want to jump onto the already going conversation, is hashtag Sheversations with Caroline Murote, hashtag Sheversations, hashtag Power Radio, hashtag Tune In, Power Up, and hashtag Art of Expression. So those are the different ways that you can get in touch with us, and we are going to get into a better part of the show. That is a Better by Motoria is a tune and the jam that's coming up next, and then Kizenda by Brocode, because that's the kind of love that I want for you and me. So just see you in a bit, and we'll get into what's happening.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Power Radio.
It's been a really long time, tangu nikuvutie. I only called today, but I think about you every day. Najua nilichoma, yeah. I take the blame. Juu tangu iyo day, I've never been the same. Find me at B&D off late kila weekendi. Nimekosana na wengi, lakini sisi I'm regretting. I know you know me well, usikate juu niko mlevi. Please don't hang up on me, niache niseme ukweli. I've been upset cause no one loves me better. Hata wanipende aje, na wapenda shingo upande. I know you're upset cause no one loves you better. Hata wakupende aje, utahepa someday. I'm not stalking you, niliona umepost pictures are cost, your new man doing the most. You seem happy, you seem so happy. Called to let you know I'm taken but available for you. Bestie, we nirudishie phone, cause you don't understand what the hell is going on. Kilimani reminds me I'm alone. Oh, I need to call her now. She needs to know what's in my heart. Oh, I've been upset cause no one loves me better. Hata wanipende aje, na wapenda shingo upande. I know you're upset cause no one loves you better. Hata wakupende aje, utahepa someday. I've been upset cause no one loves me better. Hata wanipende aje, na wapenda shingo upande. I know you're upset cause no one loves you better. Hata wakupende aje, utahepa someday.
Reminds me I'm alone. Oh, I need to call her now. She needs to know what's in my heart. Oh, Kilimani reminds me I'm alone. Oh, I need to call her now. Needs to know what's in my heart.
mama, na nisijechelewa kuzikiri hisia. Kweli nimetembea panda shuka za dunia, lakini karejea na mahaba kapokea. Nilikupenda kweli mimi na mapenzi bado yapo, nikakutwika mzigo hata na ukavumilia bila mada. Nakupenda kila saa, ningependa angalau nikuimbie wewe, na sasa tumeconnect kizenda. No cap nakupenda, na chochote nitatenda, kutenda nakupenda. Na sasa tumeconnect kizenda. No cap nakupenda, na chochote nitatenda, kutenda nakupenda. Is a story kabla judge book. Is it my body, is it how I look? Tuliza mori cause the ground shook. Well fell from heaven with a bright look. Na unajua ni wewe na waza mama, na unajua ni wewe usiku mchana. Na sasa tumeconnect kizenda. No cap nakupenda, na chochote nitatenda, kutenda nakupenda. Na sasa tumeconnect kizenda. No cap nakupenda, na chochote nitatenda, kutenda nakupenda. Nieleze, pambana na maisha we, na bado unanichanganya changanya. Nikaimba nieleze, pambana na maisha we, na bado unanichanganya changanya. Na sasa tumeconnect kizenda. No cap nakupenda, na chochote nitatenda, kutenda nakupenda. Na sasa tumeconnect kizenda. No cap nakupenda, na chochote nitatenda, kutenda nakupenda. Nikaimba nieleze, pambana na maisha we, na unanichanganya changanya.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio. kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio. all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Ukweli wendo unanisatisfy. Wako wengine I'm not gonna lie. Lakini kwako nimesha decide. Don't lie, don't lie. Unibebe, unipeleke, unitekeze. Show me love, pomoni, moyoni, pomoni, pe love. Show me love, pomoni, moyoni,
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio. Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Maisha ina stress but sitachoka. Manake mimi staya mimi nyota. Mungu peke ndio mimi nitaogopa. Get back 'cause unachoma choma. Daily na meremeta. Form yangu ni kutesa. Usikol kama si pesa. Bade najipeleka. Inaselela, dombola. Monday, man, I lose composure. We catch flies, not feelings. Leo, tuna dance for ceiling. Don't waste my time. Don't miss my energy. Don't kill my vibe. Don't miss my energy. Let's say goodbye. Just fly around me. Let's spend some time. Just spend some time with me. Feeling important. Feeling like something is coming all over me. Feel like a soldier. Feel like I'm going to war with the enemy. I've gotten older. I'm very comfortable with my identity. It's never over. I'm ready, I'm willing, I'm willing. I'm feeling hypnotized. I'm feeling like a child. I need to realize I'm feeling so alive. I take off my disguise and I get myself the prize. I don't mean to be shy. All I can do is try. Don't waste my time. Don't miss my energy. Don't kill my vibe. Don't miss my energy. Let's say goodbye. Just fly around with me. Let's spend some time. Just spend some time with me. Some people search and seek until they find the light. Some people think that everything they think is right. Some people don't believe in peace, they want to fight. Some people not my type. Some people not the vibe. Shangilia, pango yote imepangiliwa. Shida yetu yote tatuliwa. Maisha yetu imebarikiwa. Shangilia, pango yote imepangiliwa. Shida yetu yote tatuliwa. Maisha yetu imebarikiwa.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Power Radio.
Karibu tena, welcome back to Sheversations. Welcome, we are having a good time. And the time is 26 minutes past 11. And we have been enjoying the good sounds. That was Energy by MDQ, Polaris, Pauline and Mayonde. And then before that, we had Modoni, the drama Quintana, MDQ with Pomoni. And then Kizenda by Bro Code. That's the kind of love that we are celebrating this particular morning. Now, we want to talk about We're going to talk about what's been happening in Kenya, okay? What has been happening with the girlies? What do we want to know? So I just want to share this story on periods, right? Because tunaongelanga, this is one of the frequently asked questions. Why are we always talking about periods? Kwani, hii maneno ni ya wapi, ni ya where? You'd be very surprised the kind of questions I get asked as a host of a women's show, a gender show that is just focusing at platforming women. It's very interesting. The ignorance, honestly, because that's what it is. Because people don't know. They don't know. They don't understand. So I don't blame them, but low key I do. Okay, if you're asking me some of those questions like, why do we need to talk about periods all the time? I'm sorry, but you are ignorant. I know it's, you don't want to be ignorant, but you are. You are ignorant. So before we get into any other thing, I want to share this story here that was shared at this particular morning on the Daily Nation about surviving painful periods. So I want you to just pay attention because I'm just going to share a bit of the story. And here in the story, 3 women share their stories of severe menstrual pain, as well as irregular periods, and it's cost them thousands of shillings in medical bills. And they've gone through everything, overdosing on painkillers, emergency injections, just continuing to suffer and having very unpredictable cycles, missing work days. And there are so many things that we need to look into it. So this particular article shares Lina Wamboi's story that started as she was a teenager, and she started having a very painful periods, and she was only 13 or 14 years. And she said, I didn't understand what was going on. And she recalls of that day in Form 1. I had very bad stomach pains. It took me almost a couple of hours until I realized I was having my first period. Imagine being welcomed into womanhood by excruciating pain. That moment was the beginning of a painful rhythm that would repeat itself every month as chaos are wrapped in clots, cramps, and fear became her life. The pain was so intense that she sometimes passed out. Teachers didn't understand it. Sometimes they would punish me thinking I was just being errant. Lina says, laughing softly, the way people do when pain becomes a familiar part of life. Now let's talk about the injections. So she continues to share her experience. I would carry painkillers from home and overdose just to manage the cramps. This did not help much, and having my periods meant at least 2 days away from the class. Imagine that. She tried everything. She tried Nospa, Panadol, and other painkillers that she took religiously every a few hours, 2 of them every few hours. And when they didn't work, she relied on injections. And that jab directly to the bloodstream was the only thing that worked. Mind you, you can only get an emergency injection at the clinic or the hospital. This is not something that they're going to give you to administer on yourself. Each month came with not just pain, but also costs, hospital visits, drips, consultations, and medication that could run up to 5,000 shillings. Now imagine being a teenage girl, and instead of your parents looking for money, for pocket money so that you can buy snacks and go for functions, enjoy yourself, buy nice things, clothes, maybe, books. 5,000 shillings is dedicated to hospital bills and medication. And she says this, but the worst part wasn't the money, but in the not knowing what exactly was wrong with her. Years of tests, hormonal tests, blood work, scans, all came back normal. The doctors told her it was just a phase. They said, every person is different. You'll grow out of it. She didn't, and she has never. When adulthood came, she so did new horrors. 1 month, her period wouldn't stop. It stretched on for 2 weeks. Imagine continuously bleeding as a woman who has not experienced irregular periods. Imagine having a constant flow for 2 weeks. She said, I was exhausted. The doctor said my hormones were unbalanced and gave me birth control pills. Imagine not being sexually active and still needing to be put on birth control pills and having to suffer not only the side effects of your hormones being off and affecting your period, but also now the side effects of birth control pills that you did not choose and rather having put in you as a last resort. That's very, very sad. And that helped Lina temporarily, but the pain returned, and this time without any bleeding. So you are not on your period, but you are cramping severely. So this is the reality, and I need you to track with me. I need you to stay with me, because this is so many women's and so many girls' stories when it comes to why do we continue talking about periods? Why do we continue talking about fighting against a period poverty? And I put it to you that also a lack of information and an ignorance surrounding menstrual hygiene and menstrual health also is period poverty, because it is a poverty of information, a lack of information. If you have scarcity in resources and access to assistance that will make your life easier when it comes to your periods, it's the same concept. If you have scarcity of information, whether by choice or systematically set up that way because of how broken some of our systems are, that in itself is period poverty. So if you don't understand what women go through, you too are affected by period poverty. Okay. Now, she was in her early 20s when the painful cramps minus the bleeding started, and she was in college, and a doctor bluntly told her she should consider having a baby. How many people have I heard personally tell me that they have been given that as a last resort, as a solution to fix their painful bleeding, their cramping, their PCOS, endometriosis, as well as fibroids? It's quite sad. And imagine being a university student in college and being told, in order for us to fix you, you're going to have a baby. He said most of his clients who've had babies don't experience the pain anymore. I wasn't ready, but the statement stuck with me. When she hit her mid-20s, she was ready for a baby, or she thought, but pregnancy didn't come easy. I struggled for close to a year and a half. I did 1,000,001 tests, no fibroids, no hormonal issues, nothing. Still, she was not getting pregnant. And in that season, her period disappeared entirely. A cruel twist for somebody who had always had too much of it. And eventually, after several rounds of hormonal drugs, she conceived. It was a very difficult pregnancy. I even quit my job and went on full bed rest. So this is somebody who has actually waited. She didn't take the doctor's advice earlier on, which I'm happy that she didn't. But unfortunately, it meant that she had to go through the excruciating pain. But now it's time to conceive, and she has to be on bed rest. She has to quit her job. So are we looking at what it looks like? Somebody who has actually persevered through the pain. They have actually gone through step by step, being strong, what it actually means to put up with it because you're a woman. So Lena has put up with it. She has continued. She's in her mid-20s. She's ready for her baby. She has a job. She's educated at this point, probably having graduated, if I'm following the flow of the story correctly. However, she has to quit her job. So what does this mean? This means that it is affecting her economically, because she is no longer in a position to have the financial freedom to make the decisions that she needs. And what is more expensive than a baby? You, as a big baby, you, the adult that's looking at me right now, the adult that's listening to me right now, you're a big baby. Now imagine there was a time, or rather remember that there was a time when you couldn't fend for yourself because you were not of age, you didn't have the capacity, the skills, the resources, the strength, the maturity, because you are still a child. What is more expensive than raising a child? Honestly, there is nothing more expensive than raising a child, because it is not something that you choose. A child must be medicated if they're unwell. They must be fed. They must be given good shelter. They must be kept safe. They must be kept mentally intact. And all of these things to keep your child in a safe environment is extremely expensive. Now imagine preparing to bring new life into this world and then losing your job, not because you're incompetent, not because you're careless, not because you just don't feel like it, but because the biological processes, for one reason or not working the way that they should, is leading you and forcing you to give up that job. So this is why we talk about periods all the time, because Lena's story is just one in hundreds of women who actually experience the dire consequences of period of poverty, and how menstruation and what the challenges that are faced by so many women, that we still don't have enough resources, enough research, enough medical facilities and personnel to cater to these issues. We still don't have enough anything to take care of these things. That's why we continue having this conversation. Now, everybody said that once she had a baby, her periods would normalize, but when they returned, they were worse. I thought the earlier pain was bad, but this was worse. The clots were darker, the cramps unbearable. So what does it mean when you have darker clots? So for anybody who doesn't understand, clots is literally, have you ever seen liver? I'm a girl, so I know what I'm talking about because I have seen it coming out of my body. Any girl who has menstruated before and has ever used pads, even tampons at that point, you will see a clot literally on your side. It's normal, okay? It's normal, but not when it is excessive, okay? So it's essentially blood which has coagulated and has started to solidify. And essentially, it's part of your uterine wall that is disintegrating and being excreted out of your cervix through your vagina, all right? So when it comes out, inaka like liver. You've ever seen liver? It looks like tiny little bits of liver, just more red, because liver tends to be darker. So when it's darker, it means that there is more blood substance. It means that was more, it's not diluted. The more you dilute blood, the brighter scarlet it becomes. The thicker the blood, meaning that it has less water content, then the darker it becomes. Okay, that means that your body is losing blood, and you're not supposed to be losing blood in solid form. You're supposed to be losing blood in liquid form if your periods are healthy. You're not supposed to be seeing too many clots. Once in a while is okay, but no, not the way it's been described. So she said that her clots were getting darker and the cramps were becoming unbearable. And despite being in and out of clinics, her results remained frustratingly inconclusive, and she has spent thousands. I've had a biopsy done after a lump was found in my breast. Thankfully, it was benign, but the fear is always there. Lena marks her calendar, stocks up on the painkillers, and waits. Sometimes it comes, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's light, sometimes it's clotted and black. So her period was not only just clotted, which is already concerning enough, it was also black. Your blood is not black. If your blood comes out black, it means you are losing blood to the point where it is physically detrimental to your health. It means that you are losing blood in such an unhealthy manner, and you could literally, you losing blood is the same way that would be concerned if you're losing blood due to an injury, because that is abnormal loss of blood. It means that there's too much blood. The blood that's coming out of your body is too concentrated, meaning that there's something that isn't balancing in your body. Now, she said she tried every drug. She knows which clinic to go to when she can't take it anymore. Now we have Joyce Kwamboka's story. Why am I sharing these stories? Why am I taking this time to share this story? Because we talk about periods, we talk about women suffer, but it's until you hear the details of this particular stories. It's until you hear a woman sharing her day in, day out, and the consequences, the things that she has to deal with as a result of experiencing these things, that it actually hits home that, hey, this is a problem. And you start to ask yourself, who do I know that might be experiencing this in silence or prefers privacy because the reactions that people have are unhelpful? Who do I know that lacks finances because they constantly have to be taking medication when I'm budgeting for my monthly uses? Perhaps it's just the sanitary towels, tampons, whatever it is that you use to take care of your menses. But you don't have to get medication. And maybe if you have cramps, a painkiller once in a while, perhaps you already have those in stock. And it's not a matter of needing to stock them up, as a matter of you being okay and you being able to go through your day. And so drawing and painting this very realistic picture of what ladies go through is very important. If you want to look at the story, it's in the Daily Nation. But before I leave you to that, I'm going to share Joyce Kwamboka's story. So there's 3 women whose stories have been shared. I'm just going to share 2 of them. Joyce Kwamboka has kept away from hospitals, perhaps from fatigue, perhaps from having once tried and found little help. Joyce's period story started unusually late. I was 17 when I first saw my menses. Now, why is this late? Is because girls typically start their periods from the age of 12, 13, 14. By the time you're 15 and getting your period, that is already late. It's already later than is expected. So you might be healthy, but it's already later than today's, the age that today's girl expects to have her first period. All right. And even then, they were irregular from the start. I could go 2 or 3 months without them. My sister got worried and took me to hospital. They found a cyst, and even after treatment, nothing changed. For years, she couldn't tell when her periods would come or for how long. Sometimes it was just light spotting for a day or two. Light spotting means that it's just drops. So, you go to the bathroom, you find a drop of blood on your underwear. And that also could happen to normal women, but this is not a regular occurrence. If you're constantly spotting, that means that there's something wrong, okay? And at other times, particularly after travel, they would crash down with an unbearable force. Why does traveling change your menstrual cycle? Change of environment does, a change of food, a change of emotional stability, as well as traveling. Traveling in research has shown that when you go to a different place, the environment literally physically changes what's going on in your body, which is why you notice that, okay, in Mombasa, because it's hot, you're going to experience different emotions, your head, your body, everything. The weather will literally change what your body is doing. In the same way, when it is cold, you are prone to excreting a lot of water. So you're going to go to the toilet, you're going to keep urinating. Why? Because your body is working overtime to keep you warm, using up a lot of water to make sure that your bodily processes, the functions that keep you warm, are ongoing. Your body is working harder and harder, meaning that there is more excrement, right? That's why you tend to pee more in cold weather. So that's the same logic, the same rationale, where when you travel, it's likely to change your menstrual cycle as well, right? So now in 2013, after undergoing surgery that wasn't even related to my reproductive system, the cramps came hard. I lived alone at the time. I remember sitting on the toilet the whole night, screaming like a mad person. You can't walk, you can't sleep or even lie down. You just wait it out. She believed, like Lena, that having a child would reset her body. My sister had similar issues. She always said a child helps. After delivering in 2018, now let's see what the reckoning was. Her periods disappeared until March 2019, when they returned lighter and almost manageable. But things turned again when she moved to Nairobi. So you see, she's moved to a different place and a painful encounter with her coil. Had a painful encounter with her coil. It had moved down and they had to remove it. She thought things had stabilized until she traveled to Tanzania in late 2023. So you would think that because a woman has access to medical assistance, to information, even having a baby, which reset her body a little bit. But no, and this is clearly an empowered woman. This is a woman who has birth control. She has a coil inside of her body, but she's moved, she's traveled. This is somebody who has the ability to travel. So you would think a woman who is financially empowered, we're making these assumptions from the story that's being shared, you would think that that's somebody would be able to manage a painful or irritating, unpleasant period symptoms. But the fact that you are able to move and travel is making the situation worse. So the reality that if I have something off with my reproductive system that affects my menstrual cycle, I might not even be in a position to travel at will because I do not know what that's going to do to my body. That's quite a chilling consequence, right? So she has moved to Tanzania, and this is what she said. That December, the menses, I checked in with everything I had dreaded. Pain in my nails. Guys, do you know what it means when you have pain in your nails? I once got cut. The only time I have ever felt pain in my nails is when I got cut and it came out with my skin. My skin was peeled off and the pain, I felt it in my nails. Pain in your nails is what you would feel when you're being tortured. And I don't mean the pain is inside your nails. It's you feel it there on the nerves in your nails because it has gone through your body and has reached the extremities of your body. This is excruciating. She also had headaches as well as heaviness. You just want to disappear, right? And since April this year, she hasn't seen her periods at all and hasn't gone to the hospital for a checkup because she has taken medicines before, but they never seem to work. As for family planning, this is what she says. I've been down that road. You you're given pills that don't work, told it's stress or hormones. Sometimes I think, why bother? She no longer takes the medication. We used to get painkillers at work, but they didn't help. I just sit through the chaos when they check in. So she's just used to existing through the pain. Excruciating pain throughout the night, sit it on the toilet bowl throughout the night till the clot comes out. So it's like constipation on steroids only through your vagina. So I want you to picture that. And that's that. During such phases, my productivity is on an all-time low and I don't even go to work. And what can you say to a woman like that? What has she done that doesn't make her strong? What aspect of the way she's dealing with it is not responsible enough? What has she not done? The medication, the going to checkups, understanding her cycle, having a baby. Do you understand how serious this is? So this is why we are constantly talking about periods and trying to empowerment. So I hope that if you're a woman and a man out there who was not aware of how dire this situation could become, again, if you want to read this article for yourself, the Daily Nation online, and that's today's story. So go and check it out. It was posted this morning. Now, I want you to let me know, share with me your period encounters, your period experiences. Have you ever had period pains that destroy you? Have conversations. What does it actually look like? There was one time I was having a very painful period. I do not cramp. But there was one particular time that all of a sudden I was seated somewhere and my body just refused. It was painful. My abdomen was hurting and I understood that I was on my period, I'm cramping, but I didn't understand what was going on because I don't have painful periods. I do have period symptoms. I will get a waterlogged back, which means that your back is a little bit sore. You feel more tired than usual. You know, you might be cranky right before your period or the first day or a few days before. I will probably cry like clockwork. 2, 3, 4 days before my period, I will literally cry. I will feel like I'm very, very sad. Just a lot of those things. Your stool consistency changes. It becomes more watery, honestly, because your body is using and redirecting a lot of water towards your uterus. So that's why there's no water in your stools. And that's strange because it's very interesting. But those are the things that I read when I was younger. And so I'm sitting in a seat and I was reclining and a guy comes and he says, "Why are you sitting like that?" And I told him it's because I'm on my period and it hurts like hell. He's like, no, why did you tell me? I didn't want to hear. And I'm like, but you asked. Oh no, you girls, you must just, are you not supposed to be used to it by now? Oh, let me tell you that where that man is, God bless his heart, he has never opened his mouth to say that to a woman ever. And I was like, oh, you think you're God? I educated him, but I honestly told him off. I squinted my eyes. Guys, if you ever make an arrogant or ignorant comment to a woman and she squints her eyes, just know that she's about to pop off, okay? Just know she's crashing out and it's all gonna come down on you. San kamwambia, I'm so sorry that I am inconveniencing you by feeling pain at will. You asked me what was wrong. I was not volunteering this information. And even if I was, I am allowed to express myself. It is okay for me to say that I am in pain. If somebody was squeezing you in the balls and you had to walk with a ball squeezing feeling in between your legs, I want you to then come back after you have had that experience for 3 days continuously, without you asking for it, and then we can have a conversation about how you don't want to hear that I am in pain. Until then, feel free to keep your mouth shut about girls and what they're experiencing, unless you are offering me painkillers, unless you're offering to pay for a massage session, unless you're gonna buy me food or come and ask if I need a hug or something. Then feel free to just keep your mouth shut. And for women who also shame other women for being extra when they're on their period, shame on you as well. Same advice. Whatever I would say to this gentleman, whether it's in ignorance or not, unfortunately, ignorance is not an excuse. Just because you didn't know better doesn't mean that you didn't hurt somebody or do the wrong thing. So you still should take accountability for your actions. So that's one of the most interesting period related conversations. Others are quite pleasant, and I'm going to be sharing them, whenever. And you let me know. Caroline_Murote and Power Radio. Also in the comment section on YouTube where we're streaming this live. Let me know what your period encounters are, the conversations that you've had with men regarding periods. And if you're a man, let me know what your experience is with women having periods. And also, particularly with regards to the stories that we just read, Lena's as well as Kwambox's stories, let me know if that's something that you have heard, something that you know happens, or was that brand new information. Now, we are jumping into More Love, because that's what we need in the world, by Jay Blessing and the songbird Mr. Tajezo himself, and then Sawa Sawa Cheru, because those are the vibes that I am sending out to you, my loves. Enjoy.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Power Radio.
So fresh is on the beat.
Hey, yo, Jay, run this.
Mwanzo nimefurahi, nimepatana na wewe, ni kama vile niliona, ni kama vile niliomba. Otire kodonye igothie, itare nawe. Otire kedonye igehota, itare nawe. Nyako, nyako, era ni Bernard. Nyako, nyako, era ni Bernard. Ni wewe mama, I don't see nobody else. Ni wewe mama, Johnny kuongeze love, la 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 la, more love, la 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 la. Na nikiangalia pale tumetoka, vile we umenipenda hata kama sina, siniwe ulisema till death do us part. Baby nami nitakwama nawe milele. Otire kodonye igothie, itare nawe. Otire kedonye igehota, itare nawe. Nyako, nyako, era ni Bernard. Nyako, nyako, era ni Bernard. Ni wewe mama, I don't see nobody else. Ni wewe mama, Johnny kuongeze love, la 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 la, my love, la 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 la. Ni mimi nawe, milele, milele, nawe, you baby.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Power Radio.
When the war is okay, I felt this feeling inside that we finally made it. Yeah, we finally made it out alive. Ooh, the sun came out this morning, and I hear the birds are calling. Can you feel the glory coming? Ooh, the sun came out this morning, and I hear the birds are calling. Can you feel it coming? Don't you worry, Takuwa.
Lord. Picky maua, ua, he be in a ua, ua, picky maua, ua,
I Logos Music.
picky maua, ua, he be in a ua, picky maua, ua, he be in one day she would grow to be a known worldwide presenter. Toria Kimani didn't know that she would kill the show, run Lagos before Nairobi felt out. Take a look at Lupita Nyong'o, a better life right now is full of pretenders. Spend a little now you know, spend now me know. Tukambali na nimbali ni naenda. Now you can bet your money on me, baby I'm the real deal, and they can never slow me down. I'm a big deal. Mama told me. She's a real go-getter. Anything you do, she do it better. She doing her thing now. And anything she wants, she will get it. Unapologetic. She doing her thing now. Unstoppable. A phenomenal. She doing her thing now. She a queen now. I wanna meet Buddha, so I can shake her hand, tell her she a queen. She made something of herself. Now what he catch feelings, she account shillings, top billing. While she in a private jet, get down on your knees and praise. And then do your best. They don't know your tears. What you say? Speak now or forever hold your breath. Now you can bet your money on me, baby. I'm the real deal, and they can never slow me down. I'm a big deal. Mama told me, sit down, be humble, keep it classy like Victoria. Ready. She's a real go-getter. Anything you do, she do it better. She doing her thing now. And anything she wants, she will get it. Unapologetic. She doing her thing now. Unstoppable. A phenomenal. She doing her thing now. She a queen though. She a queen though. I wanna big up all the queens in the building. All the queens doing their thing. I see you, baby. Get on the floor one time. Now, picky maua. Picky maua. Picky maua. Now you can bet your money on me, baby. I'm the real deal, and they can never slow me down. I'm a big deal. Mama told me, sit down, be humble, keep it classy, give it real. She doing her thing now. She's a real go-getter. Anything you do, she do it better. She doing her thing now. And anything she wants, she will get it. Unapologetic. She doing her thing now. She's a real go-getter. Anything you do, she do it better. She doing her thing now. And anything she wants, she will get it. Unapologetic. She doing her thing now. Unstoppable. A phenomenal. She doing her thing now. She a queen now. She a queen now.
I Logos Music.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Welcome back to Sheversations. Karibu tena. In case for any weird reason umesahau my name, how dare you? How dare you forget? How dare you forget? So my name is Caroline Murote, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and we are here to enjoy. We are here to enjoy by talking about 2025 and the rest of it. This is a continuation where we left this particular conversation of which day ilikuwa siku gani? Mi hata sikumbuki. It was Wednesday. It was Wednesday, and we talked about Dear Future Me, where we're talking to our future selves. And before I dive back into that, Sai Tumekuana doing her thing, though that's the extended version. Fena Gitu, yes, right before that, Tumekuana Sawa Sawa by Cheru, and then Jay Blessing and Mr. Tejezo have blessed us with more love. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Love well received from you, Tejezo and Jay Blessing. So we were talking about different aspects of ourselves. We looked at safe spaces. Cindy, safe spaces, what does that actually look like? What does it actually mean? We looked at voice and visibility. How? Yani, how are we going to know you? What do you need to do to make yourself visible at whatever level you are of your career, whatever level you are? We looked at sisterhood and collaboration, and we said that no, the girlies are not your competition. We are all about celebrating. We are all about making it together for everybody to win. We talked about professional and personal development, and saying that every single day should look like us showing up. Every single day should look like us showing up like it's our dream job, the way you would if you were living your best life intentionally. Alafu pia tuko na mental health as a priority. What does it look like to take care of ourselves? On the mentals, because kuchizi is constant, right? I know we've been saying dust is constant, but pia there's this meme that has trended for a while that ukiona mtu akijiongelesha Nairobi, achana tu na yeye, pia wewe utafikiwa. Truly. And I'm not going to lie to you. I have been walking in the streets of Nairobi talking to myself. I want somebody to come to mtu mwenye pitanga Nairobi almost kila siku. Kujeni mniambie hamjawai jiongelesha. Like you're just there shaking your head and you end up talking out loud. Because personally, it has been me. I have been the one. So nikiona mtu akijiongelesha, I'm like, imagine everybody has whatever it is that they're dealing with. And we also talked about financial freedom. What does it look like for us to spread our wings and be free? Be free. Alafu nikasema taendelea, and we're looking at safety and advocacy as well as spiritual realignment. And those are big things. Those are big things. Why? Why is safety and advocacy a huge thing? Because it's a big part of what we do here on Sheversations. It's a big part of what we do in Power Radio and Power 254. Women are dropping dead like flies. Only flies will drop dead either way. Ama you spray doom. Sasa there's doom in the country where women are being killed, and the insecticide, if we're treating women like pests that need to die, are men. Unfortunately, women dying because they are women. That is why safety and advocacy is huge, and we're not stopping until all of our sisters are safe. We're not going to stop talking about safety. And in 2025, a Kenyan woman is still more likely to be harmed by somebody she knows than by a stranger. And we're not just fighting for our rights, ladies and gentlemen. We are fighting for our lives. And honestly, until no woman fears being alone with her partner, her boss, her friend, a boda guy, kazi yetu haijaisha. Our work is not yet done. What does it look like to stay safe as a woman in 2025? These are just but a few steps, and all we can do is try and leave the rest to God, okay? But this is how we can do it intentionally, is first of all to acknowledge the danger. Name the problem. Call it out loud. Put a label on it, okay? One thing that we can do is acknowledge what has happened. Okay, as part of the June 2025 Mandamano protests, we were saying the names of the lives that had been lost. June 25, 2025 was a memorial of all the people whose lives were lost last year due to police brutality. All right. And in the same manner, femicide deserves women who have fallen because of femicide deserve to have their names known. acknowledge that women are dying. Know these women's stories. Okay, the same way we have shared the story of menstrual poverty, menstruation, menstrual hygiene, the same way we talk about, and create awareness for all of these things is the same way you need to understand these are real women, and we're not just saying that women are dying. They're not isolated random cases. There is a pattern of women in our country dying, and it is men in our country, men that know them. A lot of it, 90% or more of the time, it is men that we are close to, men that are our friends. And one show that is doing an excellent job of showing us the realities of femicide is MTV Sugar. Now, kama ujui MTV Sugar ni nini, are you even an African child? Sana sana, especially if you're a millennial. Like, fix your life, because what do you mean? Lupita Nyong'o, Nick Mtuma, guys. And what was the other half of, what was her name? Myra. Maria? It's gone. The duo for Tumekuja Chokoza, there was two ladies. So one of them is in the original the very first MTV Sugar that came out. If you're a millennial, you watched the original MTV. As long as you're not an ostrich with your head in the sand, if you didn't live under a rock, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, there's a new season of MTV Sugar, the second Nairobi, or is it the third? I believe it's the second Nairobi edition, right? So it's the second Kenyan edition of MTV Sugar, because after Kenya, I believe it went to Nigeria, South Africa, so on and so forth. So there's been so many different seasons, different editions, cross between Nigeria and South Africa as well. There's a season that was a cross between characters, also Kenyan characters as well, where all three countries had actors represented in a particular season. So that has been what has been going on. Now, MTV Sugar exists to amplify the issues that are going on in these urban spaces and amongst the youth. So right now, MTV Sugar, I'm not going to give spoilers, but there is femicide, okay? It's crazy. It's a plot twist. And where can you find it? Do you need to be on Netflix? No. Showmax? No. On YouTube for free. Okay, all you need is Wi-Fi or data. Just Google MTV Sugar and click onto the latest season. I'm not sure what it's called. Is it called Mashariki? Sugar? I think it's called Sugar Mashariki. I think that's what it's called. I think it's called Sugar Mashariki, the latest season. So they are amplifying, that is activism at its core. They're amplifying femicide. They are showing you the story of how easy it is to get raped, how easy it is to get killed, the kinds of things that women are going through. There's police brutality. Baddies are eating tear gas pale UN. Let me tell you, it's just a proper depiction of everyday life. Now, everyday life looks like us saying the names of Veronica Nduva, who in March 2025 was murdered by her boyfriend in Mombasa. You being aware of femicide and getting into a space where you are safer means that you acknowledge that it's happening. To begin with, don't be in denial. We have Faith Wanjiru. April 2025 was strangled in her hostel in Kahawa, Wendani. We have Clara Nyambura, May 2025, thrown from an apartment balcony in Rwaka. We have Cherono Kipto, June 2025. Her body was found near Eldoret River. Do you know any of those women? Do you know their stories? I'm so sorry, but this could be you. This is not a fear-mongering campaign. This is the reality, okay? And I pray that if you're listening, you're watching, I pray that it is not your fate. In Jesus' name, that it is not my fate, nor yours, nor any other woman that you know or love, okay? And that this thing stops. But meanwhile, let's note that this is something that we're grappling with, so that even when you're optimistic and you know that you've done everything you can, you know that beyond a shadow of a doubt, it could never happen to you. Understand that it's still happening to other women out there, okay? And they're not just numbers, guys. These are real women. They're not just stories. These are women that existed, that had lives, aspirations, just like you and I. So when you talk about these stories, okay, when you acknowledge that it's happening out loud, offline, online, when you start conversations and you ask yourself, what could I do? to make my society safer. That's a part of the fix, honestly. That's just the first step. Now, the second step looks like working in community, okay? Never working alone. So this looks like, if you can, work with somebody, okay? So let me tell you what I do, right? Malina Shukianga, me, I'm a soldier. Siogopi kutembea peke yangu usiku, but it's not about fear, right? It's about safety. Staying safe. You don't lock the door because you're afraid of thieves. You lock the door because it's common sense, because you understand that if you leave the door open, even somebody that wasn't coming in to steal now has gotten an opportunity to enter your house without consent. All right. My high school headmaster, Mr. Nchagae, Mr. Nchagae from St. Joseph's College, used to say, do not give thieves an opportunity. He used to say, do not give this an opportunity. He used to say, is it wrong to steal? Yes. Is it wrong to take something that's not yours? Yes. But as a potential victim, do not create opportunities for somebody to do criminal activity with your property. That's why we lock doors. It's not because, oh my God, I'm so scared. You lock doors. There's a reason why doors are locked. There's a reason why we have keys. It's safety. So we walk in pairs. So what I do is, before I shuka matatu, I check kama kuna mtu anashuka na mimi, I greet them, and then I ask them, how far are you going? And granted, that might be the person who's gonna piga mi nyongolo pale mbele, like just decide to off my life. Yeah, but it's much safer than the people that I don't know. Juu apo, at least me and you, sisi wote tunaenda home, right? And I find that starting a conversation makes it less awkward. Like, oh, umetoka job. I normally say, hey, nimechoka leo. That's literally how I start the conversation. Or I say, hey, wametuzimia istima sasa, because there's normally a light on the path that gets me home, because I walk for a few minutes, about 10 minutes before I get to my gate. So that's quite a walk. 10 minutes walking in the dark is quite a walk. Okay, it's not far, but that's quite a walk. Like if somebody wanted to kill me, they could, but God forbid. It's not yet my time. God has a very beautiful plan for me. But for everybody, especially women, it looks like walking in pairs at night. Anywhere where you're going, if there's an opportunity for you to have somebody that you're familiar with walking by you, it increases the chances of you being safer. Makes it harder for somebody who might want to take advantage to easily take advantage. All right. And also, you share your live location with the people that you trust. Normalize it as safety and not paranoia. Okay? I have a habit, right, of sharing my Uber or Boda trips. So I have contacts when you atapata every single trip. Like whether I've talked to you, nimekwambia good morning, I already asked them, hey, can I add you as my contact? So it means every single time I've gotten a ride, they're going to get a notification on their phone and they're going to be able to follow my trip. And also I tend, especially when I'm going somewhere unfamiliar and especially at night, I tend to share my ride with the person malinaenda or somebody who I've been in communication with. I tend to share my live location. This also means that I am intentional to have data on my phone and make sure that my phone is always charged. Are we being paranoid? No. We are being safe. So this looks like walking in community and never walking alone. The third thing that you can do is to join advocacy movements. We're talking about safety and advocacy as a way for us to prepare ourselves to participate in a better 2025 for the second half of the year. So it looks like joining communities like Usikimye, right? Which offers rescue, legal aid, trauma care, amongst other things. And the organization is known for working directly into dangerous homes to extract survivors. So if you've given them a call, they're just going to show up. They're going to come take care of you. They're going to extract you. All right. We have a Flown initiative. That's FLONE initiative. And they train matatu crews to fight harassment in public transport. Okay. Especially because touts are notorious for their bad behavior. Okay, mostly just picking fights, not necessarily harassing women, but Yeah, when they want you as a customer, pulling, pushing, dragging. I know border guys are the ones that are notorious for sexual harassment with no context whatsoever, other than you are on their border and then they go into the bushes and next thing you know, we're finding your body, or you've just been raped and run away, or they dumped you somewhere. That's very sad. And Flown Initiative is training Matatu crews to fight harassment in public transport, so that we never have what we used to have 2016, 2017, where women used to be stripped naked in years before. Another organization that believes in advocacy is Feminists in Kenya, where they use online disruption as well as physical protest, some of which just put in a lot of trajectory when it came to the end of femicide KE. Alafu kuna Wangu Kanja Foundation, and this is an organization that supports rape survivors in accessing justice. There are so many movements that have been mentioned here on Sheversations before, so I hope every time unani skiza, you listen with a notebook, because there are so many resources, so many organizations where you can get assistance with regards to joining an advocacy space, having community, or having a contact to reference somebody when they need the assistance. So what else can we do? We can use our platforms for justice. What is my platform? My platform is Sheversations. My platform is my Instagram handle. My platform is my WhatsApp status. My platform is my Facebook page. My platform is my Twitter page, X. My platform is my TikTok page. My platform is my blog. I do have a blog on WordPress. It's Caroline Murote. Yes, if you just Google Caroline Murote on WordPress, you're going to find me. Okay. What does it look like? It looks like not scrolling past femicide or rape stories and just letting them go. If you can, reshare. Tag media if you can. Demand coverage if you can. If you have traction on social media, use that to add value on the interactions happening online. Okay? Add your voice using hashtags, okay? Like end femicide KE, justice for her, Sema Ukweli. Those are hashtags that we are now familiar with. If you are online, you participate, you consume content, and you're familiar with what's going on the Kenyan streets online, then you are already familiar with end femicide KE. And if you're not, now you know. So it looks like using your platform, depending on what your voice is on social media, because I also understand branding might determine a lot, but why would you not? You're a beauty influencer, okay? Do that video, put makeup that makes it look like you've been beaten up, and tell a story. And then do a behind the scenes video of how you did that look. Sell yourself and say, hey, if you're doing films that want to amplify voices, that, you know, amplify the stories of femicide survivors, rape, gender-based violence, hit me up. I'm a makeup artist, and hashtag end femicide KE. Okay? You're welcome for that idea. That's just an example. If you're a marketing, you're somebody who's a marketer, then talk about period poverty, okay? Talk about work with brands that actually support women. Talk about go and partner with brands that are selling reusable pads, reusable sanitary towels. I think you're understanding where I'm getting to. If you're just a creative that loves to create fiction, you're a podcaster, then make skits that create awareness. You don't need to have the same gruesome images that we see on social media, because I particularly don't want my wall to be a depressing place as much as the reality itself is depressing. But there are ways for us to do this intentionally. This is my platform. What is yours? So please don't scroll past the stories doing nothing. Share them. Okay, create awareness with your gentleman friends who might not be aware, girls who might not be aware what's happening, all right? And add your voice of hope. if you're a Christian like I am, if you believe that Jesus Christ is a solution, if you believe that discipleship is the answer to all of society's woes, that if people are well discipled in the word of God and helped to understand that God has a better plan for their lives, then talk about these issues within the context of the word. There is space for each and every person to advocate, okay, and talk about these issues and create awareness in a way that actually adds hope, as opposed to just, regurgitating stories and depressing ourselves every single time. And something else you can do is to host Twitter spaces, IG lives, as well as have WhatsApp group talks on safety. I belong to several girl groups online where every time there's a story, we discuss, we give each other tips on where to buy pepper spray, where can you buy key holders that can be used as weapons, how can we conceal these weapons, in case you're robbed, where do you put it? Inside of your bra. Yeah, where do you hide a penknife in your bra? Buy underwear which has pockets so that you can hide money in case a man robs you, rapes you, and leaves you for dead. You still have money to go home. Very sad, but these conversations must be had in 2025 because it's very unfortunate that this stories that we're talking about do not happen to women that deserve it. They just happen to women, period. And you can also know the signs of abuse. Why are we knowing the signs of abuse? So that we can intervene. Okay? So your girlfriend is talking about a very close guy friend or boyfriend, and she says, he doesn't like me hanging out with others. Red flag. Red flag. Red flag. By the way, if you want to understand how interesting and how crazy the stories get, you should head over to Jules' So This Is Love podcast on her tiny little channel. Her channel on YouTube is My Tiny Little Channel. Okay? Jules from Over 25. She's a Kenyan podcaster, content creator, and she has been on our screens on YouTube as a part of four ladies. They had a YouTube channel called Over 25, in case you're not familiar. So she has a podcast, and the most famous story as far as social media is Sophia and Dusty, or was it Buffy, or what was it? And your story is full of, you're like, what's going on there? What's actually happening? And it just breaks down in an hour and something. But it's very interesting. Personally, I listened to it 2 different days, going to work, coming back, and I was done. And it's easy because you're sitting down in the matatu. You might as well listen to something as opposed to, kukasirishwa na watu kwa matatu. And it was a classic narcissist story, right? He doesn't like me hanging out with others was the highlight of that story. A lot of isolation, and there's a couple of episodes. Yo ingine ni ya Melody and somebody else. Yeah. And she has a similar story of how she was isolated. It also looks like financial control. He keeps control of my M-Pesa line. Like, what's that in 2025? You're an adult. There's no man who should be keeping your M-Pesa line for any reason. Verbal put downs. Like, oh, you're lucky I even want you. Mi nimeshaambiwa hivyo once. I'm so glad I'm not in that relationship. Nimeshaambiwa, you're so lucky I even want you. And I'm like, woo! And it's the fact that we stay, ladies. I'm so grateful to God that relationship ended, because I might have ended up dead the way it was going. Okay? When somebody believes that they make your life better to the point where they're able to tell you nobody else would want you. Like, izonima what? Izoni negoma in Kikuyu. Translated to, izonima shetani. Mashetani nawambia, there's no sane person who will tell a woman that is mentally stable. Okay. And then also people, men and women as well, but mostly men that monitor your movements on social media. This is somebody who one day is going to see an inbox before you can even explain they want to kill you because you're cheating. Okay? If it's not a matter of it's time for us to check each other's social media, then why are they checking yours? Okay? And then also suddenly having personality changes or withdrawals. Those are signs of abuse. Everything that I have mentioned could happen as an isolated incident due to non-abuse cases. But these things are things I have seen in my friends. Some of them are things, especially the verbal put down, or a man that abuses you and then sends money to shut you up. Just sends money. Anakukasirisha, anakuhurt, anakubetray, and then sends money. That is financial abuse. Okay. You need to check on that. And then also, if you suspect abuse, ladies, don't just tell the person, like, leave. Waulize, are you safe? Okay? Do you want me to call someone? Here is the 1195 line. All right? So that's something that you can empower ladies with. That's something, if you feel like somebody is not okay, hawako sawa, what else can we do? We need to educate girls and boys early. Okay? We need to start having safe spaces in schools, in churches, and estates, talking about these issues, talking about femicide, talking about what's going on in our society and getting them to participate. And we can also use resources from Equality Now Africa, Raising Voices Uganda, or Fahamu Africa to create local workshops. So this is for educators or anybody who has a community space where there's young people. It's never too early to start having conversations, because now you see 8-year-olds are being thrown over balconies. I'm not saying that she could have done anything to prevent that, but it's good that this uncle that became a murderer be empowered when he's a child before he becomes a murderous uncle that's now famous for killing his niece. Just such a sad story. And we also need to be celebrating women activists making change. So shout out to Ruth Mombi, who's a human rights defender and a GBV warrior from Wathare. A shout out to Nafula Wafula, who's a Pan-African feminist and founder of Siasa Place. And shout out to Njeri wa Mwege, who's a co-founder of Usikimye and has rescued over 300 survivors from GBV situations. And last but not least, we need to be having hotlines, and a GBV hotline is 1195, which is free 24/7. Again, 1195. Save that somewhere. That's a GBV hotline that's free 24/7. We have the Usikimye emergency line, which is 0728066226. I'm going to share it again. 0728066226, and a police gender desk at every police station. You just ask for it because it is there. So right after this break, as we enjoy the music, I'm going to be waiting for your feedback. We're going to talk about spiritual realignment and how that plays into everything that we are talking about. But in the meantime, feel free to enjoy Iniweza by Jivu and then Sishikiki by Stony Jiwe.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Power Radio.
Kuna vile umenibamba vimeja, lakini kila siku nikipiga na kupata mteja. Boy Chelsea na kitu right now, I got much baby if you want love. Johnny vile unakwanga umeweza, siamini neza pendwa na demu kae, na kwanga nimededi nae, kila kitu yake mina dae, ndo maana na kwa manae, neza pendwa na demu kae, na kwanga nimededi nae, kila kitu yake mina dae, ndo maana na kwa manae.
Unanitesanga, unanitesanga, tabia imeweza, unaniwezanga, unaniwezanga. Vile umejibeba, unanitesanga, unanitesanga, tabia imeweza, unaniwezanga, unaniwezanga. Round and round and round you take me, nashinda tu is how ni cheki, na buff na pass nikimedi. Neza pendwa na dem kae, na kwanga nimededi nae, kila kitu yake mimi nadae, ndo maana nakuwa nae. Unanitesanga, unanitesanga, tabia imeweza, unaniwezanga, unaniwezanga, vile umejibeba, unanitesanga, unanitesanga, tabia imeweza, unaniwezanga,
Combo boy over here. Basi kama mapenzi ni Dre when he top walai. Unani drive crazy when I drop top walai. Started thinking about you when I can't stop walai. My love for you is connected to your hotspot walai. Ooh, the best lie is the truth. Umeni rogo, umenifanya na roga kwa booth. Triple D steals, unanikunywa vismooth. I wanna love it like I can, I wanna love it like you should. Yeah, so kana kena nendangu nenge kendo chawo. Protect you and give it to you so organic and raw. See why ni chocha raw, cause me I keep it pure. I'm on my max, so ready, so come over, let's go.
Neza pendwa na dem kae, na kwanga nimededi nae, kila kitu yake mimi nadae, ndo maana nakuwa nae. Unanitesanga, unanitesanga, tabia imeweza, unaniwezanga, unaniwezanga, vile umejibeba, unanitesanga, unanitesanga, tabia imeweza, unaniwezanga, unaniwezanga.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Hey, big up 23. Ile mtaa mi utaka. Na hii nyingine jo. Na hii nyingine jo. Hey, washaweka bounty, ju flow killer. Beat imeoga, kiopina. Nina mazai kwako tu za topina. Na vile niko ndani mzee ya I'm so ina. Si take shots na bareda. Critics hawawezi kunispot under radar. Na bring the house down, I'm a tremor. Na leta fire, I'm a flamer. Na rusha moto mo. Na shika tawaza ina mamokoro. So na Jesus na songa I still. Roga shetani na mbaki sogo, mosodo. Don't whine, wabambi kichu Mungu anameja na maina. Na feel ni kinda, I mean refine, I'm fine. Mokori neje so imebaki na saika. Sishiki kijo, sishiki kijo, I mean refine, I'm fine. Cause you get that, me na cry sweet tighter. Sishiki kijo, na sitishiki jo, I mean refine, I'm fine. Cause you get that, me na cry sweet tighter. Iko nini sina tabu, siko steam manyaru, mziki mekoma, iko fit kuitwa babu. Fishers of men kwa hizi streets mi ndo nyavu. Alright, hii ndio sababu. I got the juice in madafu. Maji kwa mi majabu, amefura utadhani taksin mashavu. Nina mwamba si ababu, shaito simfil kalamu. Washed by his blood, damu. Kauna ni feel, usishushe yo hamu. Na don't whine, na wabambiki vile Mungu anameja na maina. Na feel ni kinda, I mean refine, I'm fine. Mokori neje so imebaki na saika. Sishiki kijo, sishiki kijo, I mean refine, I'm fine. Cause you get that, me na cry sweet tighter. Sishiki kijo, na sitishiki jo, I mean refine, I'm fine. Cause you get that, me na cry sweet tighter. Giggling with the bass, street legit, I'm bringing the heat. Steady wind, the one on the field. Wickedy, honey, my face, see that sponsor and lip in my bill. I'm sticking the rail, we kicking in Christ, you know the drill. Blah, woo. So I'm back in the dojo, and the Lord. Kwa hearing, ukipenda nite Frodo. Shetani anabashwa, anateta zima moto. Kuna life after death, CLA we hear YOLO. Okay, hichoki art giveaway. Madam tuko chocho, put your back into it. So lazima post nude, ama utwak kujue. Na kile una post, put your fact into it. Woo. Hichoki art giveaway. Madam tuko chocho, put your back into it. So lazima, we utwak kujue. Na kile una post, work a fact into it. Sishiki kijo, sishiki kijo, I mean refine, I'm fine up. Cause you get that, me na cry sweet tighter. Sishiki kijo, na city shikijo amenirifa inamfaina boss you get that mina Christ sitaita sishikijo sishikijo amenirifa inamfaina boss you get that mina Christ sitaita sishikijo na city shikijo amenirifa inamfaina boss you get that mina Christ sitaita 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 mina
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Power Radio.
Welcome back. So that was Stony Jiwe amesema sishikiki jo. Yeah, and right before that tumekuwa na Weza Jivu. And now to round off this conversation of what we need to be doing with regards to self-care in 2025, the second half, right, is just making sure that we are okay spiritually. Spiritual realignment. Why is it important? Because your spirit needs to be fed even when your life feels dry. Now, kuna venye tunasemanga mtu ame rest in peace, okay? In case you don't understand that statement, it's actually a Christian statement, right? That states that after somebody has passed away, they're going to rest in peace. Why do we say that we're going to see each other again someday? Because that's what the expectation of salvation is, that my body, gunia yenye imenibeba, this bag and bones that have carried my soul is still alive, but my body is gone. I no longer have physical breath, okay? That's why we say, may they rest in peace. In case you don't know the history of that statement, it has Christian biblical roots and origin. So essentially, if somebody has not received salvation, we will say that let them rest in peace. And I know that different religions have a concept of what resting in peace means. I'm just giving the historical context that resting in peace actually means going back to your maker, going back to where you came from, okay? And understanding that God has in the Bible, again, Christian concept, honoring all other religions as well. Looking at the fact that there is a path that has been set out and a direction that has been given in order for somebody to rest in peace, and that is salvation. But now, what does it look like to be spiritually realigned? So I'm going to share information for what I am familiar with, right? And this, again, is respecting everything that people believe, respecting that all of us are allowed to believe in whatever it is that gives us life, whatever it is that gives us peace, that feeds us. So all the other religions, but my context, as I've always said, is a very Christian, salvation oriented and Christ anchored. And that is only because that's the only form of spiritual alignment that I can bear testament to. And it would be irresponsible of me to give solutions that spirituality is not facts. It's not facts. It's not science. It's not something that you can just Google. It is something that you must experience. So I could never, with good conscience, recommend something that I don't know if it works or not, which is why I'm always very quick to say what I know. So the truth that I know is that Jesus saves, and that there is a way for us to live above the drama, to live above the stress, not pretending it's not there, not pretending huku Kenya hatuna mashida, but understanding that we are called for greater. And as long as God has a plan for us, whatever is going on in this physical realm, earth, does not determine our trajectory. Okay, that's the reality that I live in. That whatever is going on, kama sai simu yangu imecrash, sijui kuna wapi, my M-Pesa is looking at me laughing, screaming, like it's just a comedy show. It's a stand-up show every time I open my M-Pesa. And all of those things, and me constantly opening the social media, and another woman has died, another woman has been raped, women talking about period poverty, and me knowing that it is my faith that has allowed me to have a period cramp-free life, understanding that there are solutions that cannot be accessed physically and can only be accessed spiritually. This is something that we all need to come to terms with, and that's a choice that you can take for yourself if that's something that resonates with you. But for me, I have found it to be true. So we are telling our future me's, our future selves, that you're not just a woman, you're a soul with a purpose. You're not just building platforms, you are actually planting altars. So who do you bear allegiance to as a spiritual being? Who do you bear allegiance to? Who's taking care of your soul? What connection and relationship do you have with God? And the woman that you're becoming must be anchored beyond applause, beyond everything good that people celebrate you for, beyond pain. That means beyond all the suffering that you're experiencing, and beyond productivity. Okay, so you're winning, you have money, you have a business, but who are you outside of your job, outside of your 9 to 5, outside of your relationships and your achievements? Why do you exist? Why is this important for us to come to terms with in the second half? Is because it's the only way we're going to stay sober and stay sane, in my own experience. This one, I am using my personal experience. So we need to build consistent faith habits, looking like having a morning routine, with a devotional. So that looks like reading 5 to 10 minutes of scripture and prayer. Proverbs is such a good book. Psalms is such a good book. Uko unashautiwa, unasaidiwa, mnalia na David, just the book of Isaiah, particularly 43 verse 19. And then also just having evening check-ins, just saying, just sitting down with God and thanking him for your day, And this works. This works for so many people, depending on what you believe in. Even atheists, just tend to practice mindfulness, gratitude, and all of that. Just being grateful for what it is that has been given. But I like to be grateful to the giver, okay? Because for me, it's a bit redundant to be grateful, yet you're not grateful to. I can be grateful for something, but I like to know who I am grateful, because everything that happens has a cause. Me experiencing something good, me having good health is a cause, rather is an effect by something that caused it. For me, it's God that causes that. So whenever I'm grateful, I'm not just grateful, I am grateful to God. I am grateful to Christ, myself. And also using audios, using devotionals, using podcasts. So in the same way that I had said you could listen to Jules' This Is Love podcast and listen to the crazy toxic stories, just so that you know what's going on in society. I like to know for the sake of knowing. I don't need a deeper reason other than knowing, right? You could also use the time as you in your Uber, in your car, whatever. That's one of the best ways to consume content outside of your active schedule, is using your transportation times. Even when you're on a bike, just pop in one earphone, never have both when you're when you're in somebody's car that's not yours. Never. On the road, especially on a bike, you need to be seeing what's happening, because you could even alert the driver, hey, no, XYZ. So never have both in. So just one side is enough if you have, and just invest in a good set of headphones or earphones and plug in one side and listen to that on your way. So you listen to an album, a spiritual, something beautiful, a sermon, don't say Noyekan is a good, just somebody who's very popular. Also, I would recommend my pastor, Reverend Benjamin Kasancha. So that's awesome. There's the Bible recap. You can find that on YouTube. Faith and Joki KE, those are just people that you could listen to, or your local pastor, if you have a gathering, a fellowship, or your sister's pastor, whoever it is. It doesn't even need to be Kenyan. Okay, just somebody whose spiritual journey you respect, that you want to feed and to pour into you. Something else that you want to do is to find or recommit to a spiritual home. Why? Why is this important? It is important because you need people that are able to help you understand the spiritual side of things, because it's very easy to become disenfranchised by yourself. It's very easy to only see the people that are stealing money in church, only see the hypocrisy in churches, because it's quite irritating to see the brokenness and not to even understand why do homes exist. And you don't stay at home because your mother and your father are perfect. You don't stay in your home just because you get fed. You stay in your home because that's where you belong. So, consider that you belong somewhere spiritually. In the same way you grew up in a home that you're not supposed to run away from just because kuna drama papale, there is also that same concept spiritually. Do not be a spiritual orphan. So find a community near you that is like-minded. It's very, very important to do your due diligence and understand that you are a part of that family, and it is your responsibility to make it better, and that Sometimes you can't be in control of other people's actions. But I always say this thing that I was once told: you don't stop going to hospital because you found one bad or two or three or five bad doctors. You understand the hospitals are still good. The problem is the doctor. So that's my same concept with people that have been disenfranchised by the idea of church, and especially terrible leadership, which is a reflection of our society. I put a lot of preachers right there with politicians. They are a reflection of our society. So in the same way politicians have power that they squander, misuse, is the same way a lot of spiritual leaders do the same thing. And why are we ever surprised? Because it's the same thing with a lot of our bosses in the offices, a lot of leaders in all aspects of Kenyan society. So even what we see in church is just a reflection of the brokenness. But thank God that Christ is not a human being. But having a spiritual home allows you to find like-minded people who are also on their spiritual journey, where you can make sense of that's wrong. By the way, that's not what the Bible says. That's wrong. We're not doing that. And stuff like that. And also listening to spirit-led Kenyan women, guys. If you're a woman who wants to understand how to align yourself spiritually, then in the same way we said, do that with your financial goals, find a financial mentor. It's the same way you need to look for spirit-led Kenyan women. My favorite one in Kenya is Cynthia Nyamai. Cynthia Nyamai is she's a broadcaster. She's a news broadcaster on KBC, and she's also she leads a ministry. She's a minister of the gospel, and she is great in the marketplace and great in the body of Christ. And that's somebody that I would always, anytime I see her name somewhere on an interview, I'm gonna click, because I already know that a lot of what she says, it's not always everything, guys. You don't take everything somebody says as somebody who has their own, you don't idolize this person, but you do model your ideals after them because they have gone ahead. So anytime I see Cynthia Nyamai's name, because I am a journalist and I'm a Christian, that's a good example of what does it look like to do well, to excel in this space while loving God but being professional. What does that actually look like? Pia tuko na Faith Njoki, who has powerful word-based teachings for women to walk through hard seasons. You can tune into Sheversations if you want a Christian perspective to things. We talk about, gender. We talk about marriage, relationships. We talk about periods. We talk about women empowerment. But personally, I have a Christian perspective to these things, and I'm very open to other perspectives, people with different opinions, people, who have different experiences of Christianity, and it's been the ghetto for them. I know that this is a lot of people's stories, but if you're looking for you to be empowered, then actually have somebody that you're looking up to in your spiritual journey. And also just cleaning out spiritual clutter. This means unfollowing people that don't add value, unfollowing people that just share shame. They don't give you hope. They're manipulative. They push fear, that is completely illogical, because there's people that caution you and that makes you afraid in a sensible way. In the same way, if I saw 3 men holding pangas walking my way in the middle of the night in a lonely corridor, I should be afraid. If somebody said don't walk there, that person is not fear-mongering. That person is telling you. Another person telling you the building is on fire, you need to get out. For me, that's what the gospel is me seeing that people are in a burning building and I'm telling them, come out. Okay, so that's different than fear-mongering. It's telling people the truth. And for me, sharing the gospel is telling people the truth. And it's up to you if you want to remain in the burning building or not. And if for you, it's a matter of opinion whether the building is burning or not, at the end of the day, the fire that consumes us will be the evidence of was it true or not. I never want anyone I love or care about to get to that point. And also just letting go of spiritual performance. Not saying God is good, but you don't know a God that is good. Get to know that God is good. Not saying God is Jireh, he's a provider, but you don't actually know the tenets of God. Which word, which verse, which scripture are you aligning yourself with? Are you standing on to say that God is a provider? You're saying that you're waiting on God and hoping on God. And yet it's wishful thinking, because now, again, from perspective and opinion, it is in Christianity, it's not just saying and believing. It's literally believing as anchored by the word of God. So if you're believing it as a Christian, but you don't have a scripture that you are praying with every morning, you don't have something that God has told you that you're holding on to so that you can say that I know for a fact, even if I haven't seen it, I'm going to have faith that this is happening, then it's wishful thinking. And that's why a lot of us are disenfranchised. That's why a lot of us are very discouraged and disappointed in the spaces where we have attempted to pray to the Christian God who seemingly does not answer prayers. There is a guideline, okay? It's not just throwing wishful thinking into the air. And that's what that is just throw out the clutter that doesn't actually align. So whatever you believe it wholeheartedly. If you decide to be a Muslim, right? Now, this is where our choice comes in. If you were born in that space and that's a life you have chosen for yourself, then follow the Quran wholeheartedly. Don't do it hapapale. If you're Hindi, if you're in the Baha'i faith, if you're an African traditionalist, don't mix kila kitu. Again, ukisema you believe in Jesus, you believe in the Christian God, you believe in the God of the Bible, you can't pick and choose and quote scripture when you want and then disregard the rest. It's not going to work for you because principles work when they are applied correctly, okay? The way gravity never fails. Do you understand? The way if you give, you shall receive is a principle. Now, in the same way, there are things which if you do them, you will get the reward, but you need to have a guideline. So what is the foundation of your faith? What's the foundation of I'm expecting, I'm hoping? And just learning to use worship as warfare, okay? What is your playlist? What is your playlist? If you read scripture, you understand kuna worship is warfare. You know, the battle song, worshiping God, praising God is warfare. You know, they're shedding blood in the streets. Go lock yourself in the room and praise God for an hour, for 30 minutes, because the same time you're going to use going crazy on social media, the same time you're going to use on Netflix, the same time you're going to use sleeping. Make it a habit and see if it doesn't make your life better. And I'm going to recommend a few songs. We have Ebenezer by Guardian Angel. We have You Are My Strength by William Murphy. We have Yahweh by Dunsin Oyenkan. We have Jireh by Maverick City. We have Favor by Alice Kimanzi. Okay, and you need to find a spiritual sisterhood. It's the same thing as community. Find people that are like-minded, people that believe in the same thing, and do the things that we talked about on Wednesday, prayer walks, fasting together, journaling challenges, and then aligning your work with worship. What does this look like? Whatever you do as a career woman, career man, okay? Dedicate your business, your side hustles, your content, and your career to God. Let God put a tick on that. Present your work to God like a proposal, the same way you would to somebody you want to sponsor you or to partner with you. Say, hey, God, this is my show, Sheversations, and I dedicate this show into your hands. Allow me to do what I should with this platform. Never allow me to misuse this platform for my own gain as opposed to the gain of your kingdom. So whatever it is that you believe in, don't just do things outside of whatever you believe in, because you would be going against yourself. You're going to become disenfranchised. You're not going to be okay. And then it becomes easier that whatever you post would be dedicated to God. It becomes easier that when you're protesting is dedicated to God. It becomes easier that whatever you say about the government is inspired by God. Okay, so then you speak life and you do it with authority as opposed to with a hopelessness. And that's the difference between just saying there is a God and actively allowing your faith in God to influence your life. Now, the girlies need to be spiritually aligned. You need to pray over your emails, pray over your budgets, pray over your client interactions, and to learn your relationships with your colleagues, the wisdom that you have as a professional person. Pray about those things, ladies. Pray about those things, gents, and tell me that that won't make a difference. And also invite God into meetings, trips. When you go on business trips, when you go on office trips, do you pray? Do you invite God into shoots, into your scripts? Honestly, God is the ultimate creator. If you're calling yourself a creative, if you're calling yourself an artist, God is the ultimate. He created you. He's the greatest artist of all time. So dedicate your work to him. Make sure that your work is honoring him and help him to ask him to help you, show you how to make your work beautiful. And again, come and tell me that it hasn't worked for you. And you don't need to balance faith and life. Faith is life, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And so this is to my future self. I hope and I pray that you're resting in truth. I hope that you're still rooted in peace, and I hope that you're still walking in bold and soft obedience to God and honoring everything that you were created to do. So these are my affirmations to my future self, and that's everything we need to do to take care of ourselves spiritually, in community, in our professional space, when it comes to working on ourselves personally and how we are going to interact with others. So I hope that you're inspired for the second half of 2025, and from this point, we are going to continue our conversations. We're going to take a break on Monday. We're going to be out on the streets, Saba on Monday, and we're going to just take a break, and I'm going to see you next week, Friday. So take a break, reflect, feel free to continue giving feedback at Caroline_Murote, and at Caroline Murote on all other platforms, at Power Radio, the same platforms, #Sheversations with Caroline Murote. And let me know which part of this Dear Future You, Dear Future Me conversation impacted you, which one resonated with you, and what are you committing to do to make your life better. Feel free to rewatch whatever you might have missed. Our shows are going to be on YouTube, this one as well, and this has been a conversation that has moved me personally, so I hope that it has to you as well. And in that same breath, I'm going to leave you with Anticipating. This is 1005 Songs and Mahanji, and this one is really intentional because I am anticipating a better half of 2025 for all of us, but anchored in God, anchored in the word of God, not just wishful thinking. So I wish you the same, my loves, and I hope that you have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. I'm going to see you next week, Friday. Bye-bye.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Power Radio.
Anticipating, we calibrating, proliferating, no castigating. Anticipating, we calibrating.
See, I'm anticipating to see your good works manifest, participating in the business of the kingdom, no rest, winning souls, making disciples to the end, teaching those who are called to you, renewal of the mindset, hey, whoever believes in him, greater things shall he do, and even greater things than this shall he do, hey. Anticipating to behold your good works, participating, make a go get souls harvest for the kingdom, huh? Anticipating to behold your good works, participating, oh, make a go get souls harvest for the kingdom, huh? Anticipating, participating, perambulating, proliferating, anticipating, participating, perambulating, proliferate. When you calling, all my ears open. When you send God, keep my feet running. Love God and keep hoping. Eyes open, ears open. Matters of the king require heart and haste. When you take hold, ain't nobody standing in your way. Touched by the Savior, anointed I am. No longer living carnal, I'm done with him, yeah. Make time, serve God, make the moves. Live love, Holy Spirit, get the groove. Shady I'm not, faithful I am. Homies making all around the globe. Anticipating to behold your good works, participating, make a go get souls harvest for the kingdom, huh? Anticipating to behold your good works, participating, oh, make a go get souls harvest for the kingdom, huh? Anticipating, participating, perambulating, proliferating, anticipating, participating, perambulating, proliferate. Anticipating, participating,
Betty, perambulating, proliferate, anticipating, participating, perambulating, proliferate.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Our radio.
It's so hard to leave. Sing me a song when I am gone from you. It's so hard to leave. Sing me a song when I am gone from you. I won't be gone for long. Sing me a song when I am far from you. I won't be gone for long. Sing me a song when I am far from you, far from you. When all the lights fade and there's nowhere in the world to go, I know I would rather stay, but then again I'm unsure. Simpler times have all but faded, but I can't stay all the same. Simpler times have all but faded, but I can't stay all the same. Mama's wailing, Mongo's wailing from home. Mama's wailing, don't go away 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 from me. Mama's wailing, don't go away from me. Mama's wailing, begging you to stay. The clouds gathered by the road, nowhere in the world's the same. You're better off staying home. Simpler times have all but faded. I can't stay all the same. Simpler times have all but faded. I can't stay all the same. Simpler times have all but faded. I can't stay all the same. Simpler times have all but faded. I can't stay all the same. gone from you. It's so hard to leave. Sing me a song when I am gone from you. I won't be gone for long. Sing me a song when I am far from you. I won't be gone for long. Sing me a song when I am far from you, far from you.
From sunrise to sunset.